Hi kids, this is Grandma Terry, or Dama, depending on which grandkids you are. I'm going to read you now the Berenstain Bears Moving Day. Their stuff is all packed. Here comes the truck. Let's move with the bears and wish them good luck. Okay, here are the next two pages. The Bear family didn't always live in the big tree house down a sunny dirt road deep in Bear country. Years ago, when Brother Bear was an only cub, meaning he didn't have any brothers or sisters yet, they lived in a hillside cave halfway up Great Bear Mountain at the far edge of Bear country. So here's the house that we know, that we see them in the books. And here's where they were living, see, up this mountain, and they lived in a cave before they lived in the treehouse. And here's them living in the cave. This is before they moved. It was a comfortable cave, cool in summer and cozy in winter. And while it wasn't perfect, it tended to be dark and it dripped and trickled a bit. It was home, and the Bear family was quite happy there. Happy and busy. Mama Bear kept busy managing things and tending the vegetable patch. Papa Bear had plenty to do with his wood cutting and furniture making. And Brother Bear kept busy climbing, collecting rocks, and playing with his friends. Okay, and here's the next part, and you can see their front door there of the cave. But living on the mountainside wasn't perfect. It wasn't easy growing vegetables in the thin, rocky soil, and the trees Papa needed were getting fewer and farther between. But the sun was bright, the air was clear and sparkling, and the view was magnificent. Magnificent means beautiful. Yes, the Bear family was happy and content living in their hillside cave halfway up Great Bear Mountain at the far edge of Bear country. Until one day Papa Bear said, "My dears, the time has come to move." See, Papa Bear makes furniture out of wood, and wood comes from trees. So if there aren't enough trees, then he doesn't have enough wood. "Move?" cried Brother Bear. "That's right," said Papa. "The trees are getting few and far between on the mountainside." "Yes," said Mama, "and it's not easy raising enough vegetables for a growing family in this thin, rocky soil." "Where are we going to move to?" Brother asked. "To the valley," said Papa, as he began putting lamps and things into a box. "The valley?" said Brother. The valley down there was nice to look at, but he wasn't so sure he wanted to live there. It was so far away. A valley is a space between mountains. So you have a mountain like this, then the valley is down there, and then mountains on the other side. It's the bowl shape between mountains. And when they talk about thin, rocky soil, plants don't grow as well in dirt that has a lot of rocks in it. Plants like deep dirt that's dark and doesn't have rocks and other things in it. That's just rich, deep dirt. Okay, here's the next part. "What about my toys?" asked Brother. "We'll take them along, of course. Put them in here," said Papa, handing him a box. "And what about my books?" "We'll take them along too," said Papa, handing him another box. "And what about my friends?" asked Brother. "We can't put them in a box and take them along." Here's the next part. That's true, said Mama, lifting Brother onto her lap. You'll be leaving your friends behind. Papa and I will too. That's what happens when you move. But you can keep in touch with them. You can write, even visit perhaps. And besides, you can make lots of new friends. When are we going to move? Brother wanted to know. Tomorrow, bright and early, Mama told him. The moving bears will be here first thing in the morning. That night, as Brother bedded down in his corner of the cave, he wondered what it would be like to leave his old neighborhood and his old friends. He wondered what it would be like to move into a new neighborhood, making new friends. And then he began to wonder if he would ever fall asleep, and just when it began to seem that he never would, he did. See, he doesn't have his own room in the cave. It's not big enough. Okay, and here they are moving. There's the moving truck. The next morning, the moving bears came with their big truck and began moving the bear family's things out of the cave. Everything goes, said Papa. And everything did. The moving bears were very fast, but very careful. Before long, the cave was empty. And careful here means that they're not going to break anything, that they're watching and moving very carefully, very slowly, and with special, being very particular about not breaking things, very gentle. Here's the next page. Then, after a fond farewell look at their old home, the bear family said goodbye to their friends and neighbors, got into their car, and headed down the mountain. The big moving truck followed. Now see, they're on a mountain and they're coming down, and that part down there between the mountains is the valley. And here's the next part. Down the mountainside they went. After a few tight spots and a few wrong turns, they were in the rich green forest of the valley. Look at that forest, said Papa. Now I shall have plenty of wood to cut. They passed farms with fine fields, and look at that rich brown soil. What a vegetable garden I'll have, said Mama. Brother was on the lookout for friends and playmates, but all he saw were a frog and some butterflies, and they didn't look very friendly. Get ready, said Papa, as they turned onto a sunny dirt road. Just around this bend is our new home. A bend is a corner, so just around the corner is our new home. And here it is, the bear family's treehouse that we know so well. But it's a tree, said Brother. A tree house, said Papa. A fine tree house with a downstairs and an upstairs and an attic and even a room of your own. See how pretty it is? Do you think it'd be fun to live in a tree house? I do. It was indeed a fine house, a whole house hollowed out of a great oak. An oak is a kind of a tree. It did need work. The paint was old, there were some broken steps, and some of the bark was loose, but Mama and Papa had great plans for fixing it up. You see, that's where the bark is. The bark is loose over here. Okay, and their stuff is being moved in. As the movers took the bears' things into their new home, The bears imagined what it would look like when it was all fixed up. It was going to be very beautiful. So here's what they want it to look like, what they're going to make it look like. Here's what it looks like now, and this is what they're planning. And it will be very beautiful. See, it has flowers planted. And then here's the next couple pages. They were so busy imagining that they didn't notice they had company. Their new neighbors had come with gifts of welcome. There were rabbits with carrot stew, bird and squirrel families with seeds and nuts, and a number of bear families with honeycombs, wild berries, and lots of cubs to make friends with. See, they're all bringing something to make them feel welcome, like that they want them to be there. They're glad they're moving in. That's so nice. The bear family felt very welcome in their new neighborhood. That night they went to bed very tired but very happy. And they still have to unpack. And there's the treehouse after they get it all fixed up. See the flowers, and there's fresh paint, and there's no loose bark, and all the stairs are fixed. Excuse me. And when they got their treehouse all fixed up, it was just about perfect. And that's it. Thank you for listening to me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.